Okay, I'm going to be talking about the SYSTEMA as defined in the recent Fight Perfect video in 2019, in August. And in that video, they show some SYSTEMA movements, and they say about the SYSTEMA movements, wow, if this guy's hand was moving this fast, it would definitely knock somebody out. So the kind of movements they show are kind of like, watch my hand, watch how fast my hand is moving, you can't see it, it's just a blur, right? Or some of these moves where they go and the guy punches like real fast and snaps his elbow, right? These kind of punches. And the Fight Perfect guys are taken back by the incredible sleight of hand and speed and how it must have knockout power. Here's why those kind of strikes, here's why the Wing Chun strikes, the super fast, watch me punch 1,000 times in 1 minute, like these kind of punches, or people doing speed seikens. Here's why they don't have knockout power, even though they appear fast. To get a knockout where you hit someone in the head and they everything blacks out and they fall down, what you have to do is you have to get the skull to move fast enough to hit the brain inside of the skull. And this is how it's like making the thing inside of a rattle hit the outside of the rattle to make the rattle noise. So you got to get the skull to smack into the brain. So two things have to happen there. Number one, the head has to accelerate fast enough so that the brain fluid doesn't keep up with the speed of the head. The second thing that has to happen is that there has to be enough weight behind that strike to make the head move. So if you're riding a motorcycle without a helmet and a mosquito hits your forehead at 120 miles per hour, that mosquito is going to do nothing to you because it doesn't have enough weight to move your head, even though it hit your head at 120 miles per hour. So, in these kind of punches, where you're just using an isolated arm movement, these kind of chain punches things, you only have the weight of the arm. You don't have the weight, the whole weight of the body behind it. So, what if you had somebody you were sparring with and they started throwing hooks? Instead of throwing hooks like this, instead of throwing these, full body strikes, what if instead they started just throwing hooks with their arm like this? With no body movement. Doing an uppercut like this, real quick, instead of doing an uppercut. It wouldn't have the body weight behind it. It might hit the head with some acceleration, but it's not going to have the body weight necessary to move the head. So, at this point you're thinking, okay, so they just got to get some body weight behind the strike, which is already fast enough, and it'll do damage. Well, that's a problem. And the problem is that this, even though you can't see my hand because it's moving too fast because it's blurry, it's not moving that fast. So, let's look at a 90 mile per hour fast pitch. Now, I'm no expert at baseball, but in general what's happening is they're winding up and they twist their whole body and swing this overhand thing, and they release the ball from their hand when their hand is going as fast as they can. And with this whole body motion, the real masters of this kind of pitch can throw a ball at 90 miles per hour. So that means their fastest, most powerful thing they could deliver is, at wherever they release the ball at, is going at 90 miles an hour. They can't accelerate a ball to 90 miles per hour with just the arm. They can't go with just the arm, isolated the arm, and go, because this isn't going 90 miles an hour. It's not going as fast as you think it is. So here's how speed, forget power, here's how speed is generated in a strike. It starts with the legs. So I'm driving with my legs. So I drive with my calf muscle, right? When I punch, right? When I punch, I'm driving with my calf muscle. That adds about 10 miles an hour. I drive with my my thighs, my upper leg muscles. That adds another 10 miles an hour. I get my glutes in there, work my hips into there. That gets me another 10 miles per hour. That gets me 30 miles an hour. I twist my body. It gets me another 10 miles per hour. I get some shoulder extension in there. So by the time a straight punch hits its target, it's going very, very fast because the entire body is accelerating into it, just like a fast pitch. So this kind of like arm movement like this, or this kind of thing where the punch goes out real fast, you can hear the elbow snap. That's a very slow punch. The fist is not at the acceleration at the point of impact that you think it is. So anytime you hear the elbow snap into place and the punch is finishing accelerating and you hear the elbow snap into place, you know that the rest of the body stopped moving. So the speed stopped moving, right? The body's already moving, and then it was just the arm after that. This is just accelerating with the arm muscles only. It's not the full speed acceleration from the whole body. It's not that. So anytime you hear an elbow... Now, ironically, you could snap the elbow into place, not actually use the arm muscles and still get a decent amount of acceleration and actually develop and hit something of a punch with that, even with your arm straight the whole time. This is where the fencing lunge, they have their sword out and they get all this acceleration from this lunge into their body with their arm mostly extended the whole time. They get tons of power out of it and they get lots of body weight into it. These kind of moves like this are not this. No, they're not the same thing at all. So from a martial arts consumer advocacy point of view, SYSTEMA is the single most concerning martial arts practice out there.